Good morning. My name is HCM Swami, Professor, Civil Engineering Department. I am specialized in structural engineering. Today, the video is concentrating on fundamental drafting tool known as AutoCAD. You may ask a question, why this presentation is required? The main important interest in this video is to introduce what is AutoCAD and what are the important commands that are included in this software. Now, this is not an expert video. It is only a basic introductory video which is required for the students now who are introducing themselves to the AutoCAD. Usually, after the second PUC, the students are entering into the engineering field, especially in civil engineering. They doesn't know anything about the AutoCAD. They are in search of the information, what tool we are required to learn for drafting. The solution is this presentation. Now, the presentation is AutoCAD as a drafting tool. Now we are using, there are plenty of CAD softwares are available. In these CAD softwares, more versatilely used software in the entire world is AutoCAD. So the important factors which are dealt here are why this is so versatile, why this is so acceptable by the civil engineers. Now the interest in this discussion is to know what is AutoCAD and what are the important commands which are used in AutoCAD drafting. Now, the introduction to this AutoCAD starts with why the manual drafting is override by this AutoCAD. In olden days, even now, in some architect offices, for their interest, they are doing manual drafting. But in almost all civil engineering field, we are using this drafting software for our interest. Another thing I want to say, the drawing is the language for engineers. So it is very important to learn the drawing and the drawing software to develop our career in future. So try to understand what is the importance of this software is and why it is required to learn. That is emphasized in coming next few minutes. First of all, what is CAD? CAD is nothing but computer aided drafting. Computer aided drafting means we are using the drafting tool to draw our structural elements. Not only structural elements, we can draw the plan of the structure, we can draw the elevation of the structure, we can draw the cross section of the structure, and also we can take this drafting tool for replicate any number of drawings with modifications. This can be done by using this tool. So this CAD drawings can be replicated and can be printed according to our requirement. For example, in our general drafting practice, in the manual drafting, if we want to print, if we want to draw a A3 drawing, we can do A3 only. We cannot replicate to A4 or we cannot replicate to A2 or A1. But in AutoCAD, the same drawing can be replicated to any size we want. That is one advantage. Second advantage, we can check the drawing and we can modify the drawing in the drafting office itself. So if the software is available with the site engineer, he can modify the drawing according to the requirements or according to the specification what is given by the concerned personnel in the site. So it is user friendly. In a single word, we can say it is a user friendly. That means we can change the drawing, we can modify the drawing, we can replicate the drawing, and we can use the drawing according to our requirement. It is a worldwide use software. This software is used worldwide and it is economical and drawings can be portable. So this drawing uses both FPS system and MK system. That this drawing tool can be drawn, can be used to draw FPS system as well as MK's system. So FPS system is foot, pound, inch system and MK's means meter, second, kilogram, second. The MKS, meter, kilogram, second, second system. MK system, we can draw in meter system or in kg. We can also use SI system, that is Newton mm. Newton mm. In that system also we can use this drafting tool. But here no loads are not considered. Only the drafting will be considered. That is the length of the drawing will be measured. So here loads, that is what I told, MPa, megapascal, Newton per mm square, or pounds per square inch. All those things are not required here in this discussion. But this drawing will measure the length in terms of inches, feet, and at the same time it can be converted to centimeter, millimeter, or meter. So it uses both metric system and FPS system. So as already told, this drafting can be replicated to a number of drawings with originality in the drawings. So we can convert, we can do any number of printout according to our requirement. As I already told, different sizes can be obtained. In this drawing, we can draw both two-dimensional drawing and three-dimensional drawing. So two-dimensional drawing can be done, and its isometric view can also be drawn by using three-dimensional drawing. But our discussion is concerned to only two-dimensional drawing. So in this system, we are using three types of coordinate system. We are measuring along the x-axis, y-axis. The distances are measured, the distances are marked, the distances are taken by using three different types of coordinate systems. One is called absolute coordinate system, and also second one is called relative rectangular coordinates. Third one is called relative polar coordinates. So all these three systems can be used in a drawing simultaneously, or as a particular command can be used to draw a particular command. For example, a line command. A line can be drawn by using absolute coordinate system also. It can be drawn by using relative rectangular coordinates also. And also it can be drawn by using polar coordinates also. In the absolute coordinate system, we are measuring x and y directly. In relative coordinate system, we are measuring the distances based upon same similar, but we are using at symbol to measure the distance. And in the relative polar coordinates will include the angles, measurement of angles. So for example, a line inclined at 50 degree can be written as at 20 centimeter at an angle of 50 degree. Like that we can do the drafting. So as I told, the AutoCAD drawing uses three different types of coordinate system. One is called absolute coordinate system, rectangular coordinate system, polar coordinate system. Next, what are the tools used? These are the commands. These are the commands. Just a brief introduction. It is only just a brief introduction regarding the commands. First command is line command. Line command will be used to draw the lines. Either it may be a vertical line, or it may be a horizontal line, or it may be inclined line. By using a line command, we can draw the line. As according to other softwares, we can save whatever drawing we are drawn on our canvas. That means on our what you call on our screen, whatever we are drawn on our screen, we can save that drawings. And also we can erase the drawing. We can erase in whatever part can be erased, we require to erase, that can be erased. Similarly, we can do the command and we can redo the command. For example, I'm using a line command. Now I'm going for a circle, and I can redo the line and I can go for the circle command. Like that, we can do the command and we can redo the command. We can undo the command and we can redo the command. So similarly, when a drawing is drawn to a particular scale, we are required to fix up the scale for the drawing. For the plan, we are required to fix up the plan of the drawing to a scale of 1:400, whereas the elevations can be fixed up to 1:100 scale. So the lengths are very big or very large. At that time, we are using the scaling system and we are plotting the scaled drawings within the limits. So limits are the boundary lines for the drawing. We can put the limits to the drawing. In that limits, we can on the limit command or off the limit command. If you on the limit command, at that time you cannot draw the drawing beyond the limits. If you off the limit command, you can draw beyond the limits. But one exceptional case is, in case of limits, a curve can be drawn even out of the limits. But other lines, rays, segments cannot be drawn out of the limits. So limits defines the drawing boundaries, and we can draw based upon our scaled drawings. Limits fix up the canvas size of the drawing. Then we can go for grid and snap. Grid means these are the blocks in which a drawing can be drawn. If you want to replicate a line within the grids, you can replicate the line according to the requirement based upon snap and offset. If we are having a snap, it will fix it will we can replicate the line according to the required distances according to the drawing. Similarly, rectangle. As I told, a rectangle can be drawn by using line command, or a rectangle can be drawn in any fashion. There is a rectangle command. There is a command for drawing a rectangle. We have to fix up the initial point and we have to fix up the final point. That is for starting point and the ending point of the rectangle will be given. It will be given in the drawing. Now we can draw this circle. Circle can also be drawn by using AutoCAD. Similarly, arcs can be drawn. Circles of different types can be drawn. Circles can be drawn with different options. So by center, radius, or center, radius, tangent, like that, different options are there. All those things we'll discuss in the next later part of this discussion. And later part of this discussion means if we are planning to go for an AutoCAD course, at that time we require to learn all these things. Now just our interest is to know what AutoCAD will have. So then arcs. We can draw the arcs of the whatever the segmental arc we require, that can be drawn. As I already told, offset can be done for a line. To whatever the depth we want, whatever the width we want, we can do the offset for a line. Either it may be circular, line, or it may be a parallel line, or it may be a rectangular line. We can do the offset for that line. We can trim the line to any extent we want. We can trim the line. Trim means we can cut the line, and also we can extend the line. Not only cutting the line, we can extend the line also. And also we can mirror the line. For example, there is a line, we can mirror same type of line, same type of object can be created by using mirror command. So we can divide the line into any number of segments. We can divide the lines into any number of segments. Similarly, we can create a donut. Donut means a circle with internal diameter and external diameter. So it contains two diameters, internal diameter and external diameter, and we can try a donut. Even we can fill the donut with whatever quantity we want. That will be done by using hatching or by fill up. Now, similarly, we can draw ellipse. We can draw the ellipse and we can draw the copy command that I already told. We can copy any object we want. Similarly, we can replicate an object to any number of segments, into rows, into columns. Any number of rows, any number of columns. That can be done by using array. Array command will be used to replicate any number of rows, any number of columns. Similarly, we can draw polygon. Polygon means any number of sides, any number of sides. We can draw any number of sides in the AutoCAD. I hope that approximately 2385 sides can be drawn by using our polygon command. 2580 segments, 80 sides can be drawn by using polygon. Similarly, we can draw layers. This layers contains different types of colored lines. For example, I want to draw a plan. The plan will be drawn in a red color, and at the same time, the occupants in the plan can be drawn in green color. So to make the plan clear, we can on the layer or off the layer. If we on the layer, both the green color and the red color will be on the canvas. If we want to switch off the red color, only if I want to green color, I can switch off the red color and I can on the green color. Green color only be available on the canvas. So layers can be drawn very systematically and we can represent the drawing very readable and friendly. So we are having line type. So in this layer, we are having different types of line types. We are having construction lines, we are having segmental lines, we are having thick lines, thin lines. Based upon the thickness of the line, we will give the weightage. The line thickness are called as weightage. We can give the weightage for the lines. And also, if there is a break in the two lines, we can join the lines by using join command. We can join two lines by using join command. Similarly, we can draw construction lines to draw the sectional elevations and to draw the cross sections. We can use construction lines. Similarly, for the foundation, for example, we want to differentiate a first layer with the second layer. To differentiate the first layer with the different second layer, we have to hatch all the structural components. To differentiate two layers, to differentiate three layers, to differentiate four layers, we can hatch the layers in different fashion and in different types. So for that hatching, we can give the gradient. We can give the gradient for the hatchings. We can also break the lines according to the requirement. So after that, we can dimension the lines. So we can mark the dimension of the line. As I already told, by using limits, we are restricting the boundary of the lines and we can draw the length of the lines according to the dimensions. So we can give the dimensions according to the different styles. What styles we require, according to different styles, we can dimension the lines. Similarly, we can add text to the drawing. What are the different texts are included in the drawing? That is most important. For example, if we give the field drawing, in the field drawing, we have to give the grade of the concrete, the type, the thickness of the footing, the depth of the foundation, and on different other requirements we are giving in the as a note, as a side note, and we can use the text for that, and also we can use the text for explaining the components of the drawing. That can also be done. So similarly, we can use attributes. Attributes can also be done. So similarly, constraints can also be done. Constraints will constrain the different aspects of the drawings. What are those things? Now it is not required. Now you just know there are commands which are called attributes and constraints. Spline is nothing but a line. It's a curved line. It is a curved line, and that can be drawn according to the requirement. So there are multi-leader and multi-leader style. Multi-leader means the the arrow marks according to the required type, with how the things are presented. That is to be understood in the drafting of the particular method. So multi-leader style. So the multi-leaders, as I already told, we can do the multi-leader with the multi-leader style. What are those things that we will discuss in the next coming sessions if we plan to do for a AutoCAD courses, and it will take a around 60 classes, 60 to 80 classes, and that can be represented in a very systematic manner, and how it has to be conducted and how it has to be done, that we'll see in the next coming days. Now in this lecture, just I introduced what is a drafting tool, why AutoCAD drafting will be used, and what is the application of the drafting tool, and what are the different commands in a drafting tool, and why they are used and how they are used. So this lecture will finish us now. Next video is for civil engineers as well as for architects. That is green building. What is the concept of green building? How the green building concept will be developed, and what is the advantage of ordinary building compared ordinary building when green buildings are, why advantages. All those things we'll discuss in the next video. Now in this video, I hope that you know some of the important parts of the AutoCAD commands and how they are used. What is the implication? Just it is a rough. It is not an expert. It is not an expert show or an expert slides. But just I introduced the concept of AutoCAD and why the AutoCAD is used, how the AutoCAD will be used. That is the concept here. So thank you very much. You please kindly write the comments on all these things, and what is your comment regarding the work means how we are represented, what is our interest, how we are demonstrated. That will be useful for me to develop the further courses in the AutoCAD classes. Thank you very much. Bye bye.